So, a very good afternoon to all of you. Today, I am here with you and another video of the design of synchronous machine, in which we are discussing about the armature design of a synchronous machine. The armature design of a synchronous machine includes number of things like we have to calculate its turns per phase, we have to calculate its total number of stator slots, total number of conductors per slot, and many more. So in this video, we are discussing how all these things which are under the armature design of synchronous machine can be calculated. Now, before discussing about the armature design of a synchronous machine, we all know we will start our journey of design of synchronous machine from the calculation of the main dimension, and the main dimension includes two main things, that is the diameter as well as the length. Now, this diameter and as well as the length can be calculated with the help of the output equation. And when we have with the output equation, we have to separate this D and L. And for the separation of D and L, you are required the two things. The number one will be L by tau pi, and number two will be peripheral speed. That depends upon numerical to numerical. Whatever the data will be provided to you, you have to separate accordingly, as shown in your video. Now, what will be happen in case of a design of armature? Now, these are the steps involved in design of armature in case of a synchronous machine. The very first step, when we have to calculate the main dimension, at that time we have a specific magnetic loading, and this specific magnetic loading is a certain value. This value will be equal to 0.45 to 0.65. That depends upon problem to problem, numerical to numerical. Ideally, the value of the specific magnetic loading is equals to 0.45 to 0.65. So first of all, we have to calculate the value of the flux from this equation number one. And in this equation number one, your specific magnetic loading BAV is equals to P phi upon pi dl, where BAV is specific magnetic loading, P is number of poles, phi is flux, phi is a constant value, and D is the diameter, and L is the armature length. So at particular time आपके पास ये सारी की सारी चीजें अवेलेबल होंगी, सिर्फ फाई नहीं होगा। तो इस इक्वेशन की मदद से आप क्या करेंगे, आप अपनी फाई की वैल्यू को कैलकुलेट कर लेंगे, और वो फाई की वैल्यू जो रहेगी वो वैल्यू रहेगी आपकी वेपर्स में। मैंने उसको इक्वेशन नंबर ए कंसीडर कर लिया। क्लियर? नाउ आफ्टर दैट calculation of the phi, after that we know that in case of a synchronous machine, your EPH is equals to 4.44 into F into phi m into kW into TPH. Now in this equation, we have F is frequency, phi m we have calculated from equation number A, kW is a constant value, that is 0.955, and from this equation we have to calculate the TPH. Now this TPH will be given by the formula EPH upon 4.44 into F into phi m into kW. One of the most important thing that you should kept in mind, that the voltage given in the problem is, or a numerical, is always a line voltage, but you have to convert this EPH into the phase voltage, and it will depend upon the connection. If it is a star connection, then your star voltage VP is equals to VL by root 3, and if it is delta voltage, then it is equals to VP is equals to VL. So once you can calculate the value of EPH depending upon the connection, it is a star or it is a delta, you simply put that value into the above equation, and from that thing you can calculate the value of the TPH, and this TPH will be equals to turns per phase. After the calculation of the TPH, you have to calculate the total number of conductors, and this total number of conductors will be given by the relation ZPH is equals to M into 2 into TPH, where M is number of phases, 2 is a constant value, and TPH can be calculated from the above equation. So from that equation, you can calculate the value of Z, and Z this is equals to 6 TPH. In general, we have a three-phase alternator, so that is why this M is equals to 3. So 3 multiplied by 2 is equal to 6. So total ZPH will be equals to 6 TPH. I think up till that point you are cleared each and everything. Okay. Now proceeding to the next, we have to calculate its total number of stator slots. Now for calculating of the stator slots, one of the most important thing that you have to calculate its slot pitch. And this slot pitch is given by the formula YSS is equals to pi d upon SS, where YSS is equal to slot pitch, pi is the constant value 3.14, d is the diameter, S is the stator slot. Now this stator slot pitch is having a different value for the different machines that depends upon the rating of the machine. For example, if a rating of the machine is up to 1 kV, the slot pitch is less than equal to 25 mm. If the machine is up to 6 kV, the value will be 40 mm. And if the machine is up to 15 kV, this value will be equal to 60 mm. So you have to be taken the value that depends upon the rating of the machine. In the problem, the rating of the machine is given to you. That is, machine is how much amount of power, how much is the voltage. So depending upon that thing, you have to select what is the stator slot pitch. If the value will be less than 15 kV, the stator slot pitch will be less than 60 mm and so on. Moreover, if in the numerical it is given, it is a turbo generator. So in that case, your turbo generator, your slot pitch will be equal to lies between 50 mm to 90 mm. So depending upon the situation to situation, depending upon the problem, you have to calculate its stator slot pitch, and this stator slot pitch having these values. Now, after calculating the stator slot pitch, you have to calculate the total number of stator slots, and the stator slots will be given by the formula SS is equals to QMP, where this Q is equals to 2, 3, 4, 5, so on. M is number of phases and P is number of holes. So dependent upon your value, you have to select that machine whose slot pitch will be less than according to the rating given below. So from that situation, you can easily calculate the value of the stator slot. So once the stator slots can be calculated, and this stator slot will be given by your equation SS. So you are easily calculate the total stator slots, you are easily calculate the slot pitch, the turns per phase and flux. Now after calculating of the stator slot, your next process will be you have to calculate it conductor per slot, and this conductor per slot will be given by the formula ZSS is equals to Z upon SS, where Z is the total number of conductors and SS is the stator slot. One of the most important thing that should kept in mind while getting a division of total number of conductors to the total number of slot, the value will be comes in fraction. So you don't take the values in a fraction, you should take the value in even number higher side. For example, let it be, if ZSS will be equals to 8.2, you have to take the value as 10. You have not to take the value as 8, because always you should take a even number on the higher side. So 8.2, the even number next to is 10 and on the higher side. So that is why ZSS is equal to 10. So lastly, after calculating of total number of conductors per slot, you have to calculate the actual number of conductor, and this actual number of conductors Z is equals to ZSS into SS, where ZSS is equal to conductor per slot and SS is equal to stator slots. So by multiplying these two values, we have getting a value of Z actual. So this is all about the armature design of a synchronous machine, by the virtue of which you can calculate the armature design of a synchronous machine. I think this video is clear to all of you. In the next video, I will come with some numerical problem, and we have to try to solve the numerical based upon its main dimension as well as the armature design. In the next video, I will come with a problem where we have to calculate its main dimension, its conductor per slot, stator slot, each and everything. I think this video is clear to all of you. So up till stage, thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you so much.